Good morning, St. Francis. It is Wednesday, January the 20th, 2021, Wednesday of the second week of the year, Wednesday of the second week in Ordinary Time. It is also in the United States Inauguration Day. Coming to you from the berm that separates Leesville Road from the church proper. Here is the side of the church, not much to see there. But then over here you can see Anthony Hall, our conference room, and then down from it, Founders Hall, the first church that was here on the campus. On this side over here is the seagrass, which again is behind which, I think you see the top of it, is the statue of St. Ignatius of Loyola, representing the Jesuits, the first pastors again here at St. Francis of Assisi. The beautiful pine trees always over here are quite lovely. And again, it's not such a chilly morning this morning. But speaking of Jesuits, I want to know, why is it that Jesuits are the ones who are doing the prayers and the Mass for the Inauguration Day? I know it's because President-elect Biden and Mrs. Biden were frequent parishioners at Holy Trinity, the Jesuit church in Georgetown in Washington, D.C., tying up traffic forever when they would go there for Ash Wednesday. When they were in Washington. But also, again, it's because, again, Leo O'Donovan was the president of Georgetown University during the time that Biden was vice president. And also, I believe that Kevin O'Brien, who's doing the Mass today at St. Matthew's Cathedral, was also an associate there. But do you know that also in this time, there was a certain Franciscan who was coordinator of the RCIA at Holy Trinity for about, 6, I think, or 7 years? Yeah, it was me. But nobody ever thinks of Franciscans. I don't know why, but they don't. So maybe in the future, but we'll see what happens. But I digress. Anyway, today's gospel and even its first reading are appropriate, not just for our lives as Christians, but can also be appropriate also for today's inauguration. I don't know what the readings are for the inaugural Mass at St. Matthew's Cathedral, but today's readings are still important. The first reading and the gospel. Because the first reading speaks of this man Melchizedek. Again, in the letter to the Hebrews, reference is again given to this ancient priest, to this ancient king of a land called Salem, which might be kind of hard to find on an ancient map. But the name Salem means peace. This was both a king and a priest of peace, who offers bread and wine in honor of God, who Christ will transform into the offering of his very self, so that humanity can be brought closer to God and understand God's will in our lives. The king and the priest was bent on peace. It was a king and a priest who represented harmony, who represented an arrangement with humanity and with God that brought forth unity, harmony, and peace. In today's gospel, again, Jesus comes into another confrontation with Pharisees. In another synagogue on the Sabbath, a man with a withered hand comes in. And the Pharisees are looking to see, is Jesus going to heal it? Again, disturbing the sanctity of the Sabbath when nothing should be done. And Jesus asks these Pharisees, is it lawful to do good or to do evil on the Sabbath? And he heals the man's hand because it is an act of good, asking the man to stretch out his hand that it may be healed. Again, we as believers, no matter what it is that we face and what it is that we experience in our world, must be bent on both goodness and peace. Again, that is what causes humanity to flourish. That's what causes this world to reveal the kingdom. That is what causes us to move forward in history and in our lives, to fulfillment, to happiness, to joy, to all those things that make it worthwhile for us to be human in this world. If we are bent on anything else, if we use anything else in this world, then we are not the people who we say that we are. We are not the believers we need to be in this world. Goodness and peace. Reach out, as Jesus says. Extend our hands to receive it, embrace it, and make it our own. And may the Lord give you peace.